So I've had a new delivery, and this time it's the fan for the AMD project that I'm working on. What I've ordered for this one, because I want it really themed AMD, is an AMD Wraith Max. This specific one is an RGB fan. The ring lights up, and so does the logo, although you can't change as many colours as the Wraith Prism. The fans are obviously not LED themselves, just the rings. These are a TDP of about 140 and tend to come with a lot of the Ryzen 7s or the higher end. This is a premium fan by AMD. And they're not bad, to be honest. They're pretty good. They can keep things very cool. Unlike a lot of the other AMD coolers, these come with clips like the Prism and not the screw system. And I suspect that's because the heat sinks are too big for you to be able to get the screwdriver down. They plug in using a standard 4-pin, and then you get an option of cables. Now, there are different versions of these out there. Some of them you can't change the colours unless you've got an RGB header. But this one in particular comes with 2 cables, so I can actually plug this one in as USB, which is perfect for my build because I don't have RGB on the old board I'm using. So what I'll do is I'll get this hooked up to the test bed, make sure it all works fine, and I'll show you how you can go about changing the colours using a specific piece of software that's listed on the AMD website for these specific fans. So let's just head over to the test bed. So I've got the fan connected now. I haven't actually installed this on the motherboard. What I've done is I've connected it into one of my chassis fan headers, and I've connected it via USB into the board. It's all working, it's blowing quite well. There's a lot of air around this one. The lights are all coming on, and what I've done is opened up the software. So what you'll have to do for this fan in particular, if you want to be able to change colours, is download a piece of software from the AMD website. It's a Cooler Master piece of software, I believe, and it's specific for the Wraith Max. Install it, kick it up and running, and it'll detect your fan, and you'll have a screen like this. This one at the moment is just set to a standard colour and breathing, but as I click around you'll be able to see what you can actually do. So you can change it to static setting and then change the colours, and then as you click apply it actually changes on the fly on this one, which is pretty cool. You can colour cycle, so it'll actually go through the colours. Well, I think this one's set to just red at the moment. No, there you go. So it's changing colours now. It'll cycle through multiple colours. You can have it in a breathing format, so it'll actually get brighter and then dimmer, and then brighter then dimmer. Or you can actually turn the colours off altogether. Unfortunately on this model, unlike the Prism, you can't change the colours of the LED logos. They will stay white with AMD. For my project that's perfect because that's exactly what I wanted anyway. And that's the software working. I did have to do a firmware update on this fan when it first came on. The software actually deals with that all itself, and it'll update it and everything. I'm not sure what the fixes are, but I applied it anyway, and it just seems to be working brilliantly. You can also adjust the speed of the different colour changing. So if we put it on colour cycle, boost up the speed, colours will change much more quicker. So you can customise this quite well to your case, but without being really over the top like a Prism. The Prism can sometimes be too bright in a case, that I find. Depends what cases you're using and what your theme is. And that is the Wraith Max. Let me know what you think in the comments. I'll put a link in the description for this video to the software that you need for this specific fan, and on the same page it's got all the information about it. And that's the Wraith Max in action on my test bench. I've now taken it off, and I'm going to be using this one for a specific project coming up, which is going to be a bit of an AMD tribute. If you want to see this in that system, then make sure you subscribe to the channel so you can get the latest videos.